Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about all things chest, because who doesn't want a bigger chest? I've been a personal trainer now for around, I think it's 6 years, coming up to 7 years, and probably 90% of the people that I've trained, males in particularly, have always said when I'm asking them, oh, what do you want to achieve from this training, or what are your goals? Probably 90% of them have always said, oh, I want to get a bigger chest, and then after that comes arms, etc. And today I want to give you my top tips in order to build a bigger chest, because there's so many ways that people think is right when they're actually wrong. So we're breaking it up into 3 parts. It will be exercise selection, exercise execution, and exercise frequency. Right, so starting with exercise selection. I'm not going to list a bunch of exercises which I think are great for building a chest. I'm going to give you how to go about choosing and prioritizing your chest movements. So let's take the bench press. People think it's the godsend of exercises. People think that's the thing that's going to build a big chest. I mean, it's the staple of, if you go to the gym, people ask you, oh, how much do you bench, you know? When in reality, it's not actually the best chest builder. When it comes to pressing movements, I would always stick or prioritize dumbbells over bench press, especially when your hypertrophy, muscle gain, is your main goal, especially since a lot of people gravitate towards the bench and incline bench when in reality they should be doing more dumbbell work. The reason behind that is that the dumbbells allow for a greater stretch and a greater contraction, more free range of motion, allowing for more stimulation in the chest in order to grow. Especially at the top, the peak contraction, and at the bottom phase, in the full stretch, and it allows, if you have any shoulder problems, to tuck your elbows. It overall is just a better thing to gravitate towards. Honestly, bench press is still an amazing exercise if you want to build strength, but if you're going into a routine, always focus on dumbbells. I'd say prioritize those over the bench, especially if hypertrophy is your main goal. Second of all, cables. Cable flies, I think, are amazing, and when we get to the exercise execution later, I'm going to tell you how to do them properly, because everyone does them wrong. I'd always prioritize cable flies over dumbbell flies, as when you do dumbbell flies, you can incorporate a lot of shoulders, especially if you're not 100% on how to do the movement. So I'd always prioritize cables over the dumbbells, but again, throw everything in and we'll go from there. And last but not least, it's not a direct movement, so it's just an overall compound, but I think is great for the lower chest, and I've been doing it for years, is dips. Especially chest dips. And when you advance from doing the normal chest dip with your own body weight, you can do it weighted. Always lean slightly forward when focusing on the chest, really contracting and squeezing as you come up. Again, this is a great compound to add into everything that we've already discussed. And honestly, it has to be one of my favorite exercises. Now, going on to exercise execution. So when doing the dumbbell pressing and when doing the cable flies, there are a few things in order to make sure that you're maximizing each movement and maximizing the amount that you're getting out of each rep, because anybody can move a weight from point A to point B, but it takes real skill to actually activate the muscle. So when coming down on a dumbbell press, you want to ensure that you're keeping constant tension with your elbows slightly tucked and pressing up through the chest, not engaging your shoulders. Most people push through and then flare their elbows out, pressing with the shoulders. You get so many people with these massively overdeveloped front delts and weak chests, because that's how they press. They press like this. And the same goes for bench press. They bench like this. What you want to do is retract your scapula, elbows tucked, pushing through the chest, activating all the muscle. I can't stress that enough, and focusing on that will get you so much gain. Because honestly, if hypertrophy is your main focus, leave the ego at the door. Don't don't lift as much as you can thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gaining loads of muscle. Oh, well, it'll get you somewhere, but it won't get you the aesthetics, it won't get you those fine details, and it won't actually maximize your growth. So moving on to cable flies or any sort of flying movement, execution here is crucial, because so many people, this includes even machine flies, any flying movement, everyone flies with their hands. So they think about moving their hands and getting their hands together, when in reality that's wrong. Again, you're using your shoulders here. What you want to focus on is getting your elbows together. Squeezing your elbows together will allow for greater chest activation. Again, decompressing the scapula, coming in with the elbows rather than the hands will allow for so much more stimulation. I mean, try it at home now. Come in with your hands and then squeeze, and then come in with your elbows and squeeze. You see how much more you feel it with your elbows rather than your hands. So that is one of my big takeaways from this, is to contract with your elbows, not your hands. And so finally, I'm going to stop talking soon because I want this to be a quick and sharp, informative video. Exercise frequency. Honestly, I feel like you should be training each muscle group twice a week. You can do this with like single routines, like just doing chest or just doing, but somehow fitting it in. But I think a routine like push-pull legs or something where you're repeating everything twice in a week is great. Or you can go from a chest and back, AM and PM split if you can train twice a day, or do chest and back together, or having 2 push days in a week and having 4 sets on each, 4 exercises each on chest. Honestly, as long as you're hitting a muscle group twice a week for around 4 exercises of 4 to 5 sets, you will grow. As long as you take away these key points that I've given to you, because anybody can move a weight. I can't stress enough, anybody can move a weight, but actually activating the muscle and getting the most return from each movement, that's what will separate you from the average gym goer. Well, I hope this video helped, and I want you to take this away as an informative video. I'll be back with the vlogs and funny ones, but next one will be probably supplements. I'll make sure that I'm uploading regularly. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.